What's up, peoples? It's EK. I'm back with the second half of my Devon Achane profile. Let's dig in. Achane, obviously, back, super fast. The initial climb is just nice contact balance, bouncing off the dude, shrugging off a tackle. So I think the fun paradox of Achane is, although he might be the smallest back in this class outside of Deuce Vaughn, he is one of the better runners between the tackles. Great contact balance. There's not a more explosive player in this class. Maybe Gibbs, but I think Achane and Gibbs are probably neck and neck in a race. I feel like Achane's got a lot more power than Gibbs. But both have just unreal contact balance. I got to say, I prefer Achane running between the tackles by far. I mean, Gibbs is a good runner, but mostly on outside in space. Achane can do that, but he can also bounce off dudes in the tackles in a way that I don't think you see Gibbs do. Unfortunately, Achane does this sometimes too. I can't say that's like an endemic problem, but certainly looks at times to wrestle the ball a little bit. Not the smoothest transition to runner of running backs here. I mean, obviously, Gibbs is as good as any wide receiver in that manner. I mean, Achane's going to get on the field right away as a returner, even if he's not a lead rusher immediately. Yeah, so I mean that's Achane in a nutshell for me. I mean, the kid is electric. He's fast. He has lateral agility. His movements as a runner and intelligence and creativity of moving is really about as good as anyone in this class. Just very fluid and dynamic, and just so explosive. Just even this like simple little run, but like he's dead to rights and squeezes it out for a few yards. Just that change of direction ability here. Oh, where are we going? Just kidding. I'm going to go over here. I mean, what an asset that is. That's a special runner, right? So I was skeptical of the Achane truthers early in the offseason. Not that I disliked him. His stats are great. His data profile is really good. Production, his elusive numbers are decent. His missed force tackles per attempt aren't off the chart, but they're not a death sentence either. His total number of max MFTs is pretty decent. It's like 50. I'd rather have 60, but he never got a crazy workload either. Games with a crazy workload, but that was really just this year. And there was always, another guy getting carries as well, at least for the beginning of the season. At the end, he really did carry the load. Good passing game usage. Again, I don't think that's like actually receiving the ball isn't his specialty. But, man, the explosiveness when you get him in space. There's a couple of pass plays that we're going to come up on in this game soon that he just – grabs the ball on a flat route or screen and just lights up the rest of the team. And that's, he's going to get passing game work at the next level. He's too explosive not to. Does he have, an involvement past flats, screens, leak routes? I mean, he does some Texas routes here, little angle routes. And that might be the limit of his involvement, but the explosiveness is such that he's going to be a useful asset in that manner. So, I mean, kind of how I feel about Achane is he's rocket booster Devin Singletary. Doesn't have quite the shiftiness that Singletary does, but he's 7 times as fast and just as stocky, right? So even though he's a little bit undersized and underweight, I don't think he's like a flimsy little reed, right? He's just real short. He's like 5'7" or something. So I do think he's going to get some work at the next level, but I also can't wrap my head around a coach in the NFL saying, oh, I'm going to give Devon Achane 20 carries a game. But probably not, you know. Singletary's gotten, games with decent amount of work, 14, 16 touches pretty regularly. Is that what we can expect for Achane? I think if he shows out well, he's going to get draft capital. Definitely a day 2 guy. A lot of people are telling me that he's, a top 3 or 4 running back for a lot of actual NFL draft scouts. I'll believe that when I see it, but it wouldn't shock me. For me, though, that would be someone drafting him with a specific role in mind, right? They have a banger. They want the lightning. They want the lightning to the thunder. They want a guy that's going to handle some return work and, change of pace. And I think Achane's going to do a great job at that in the next level. He totally has the capacity to be, that uber efficient guy that maybe has some games. Look at this. This is what I was talking about. Achane in space, give him the ball. I mean, and this is a nice transition too. I said earlier, but he's already thinking, how do I make this guy miss? And then that contact balance, right? Like, this isn't just shifty little guy. It's, takes a hit. I mean, that's a really nice play by Achane. I'll watch this again. I wish he caught the ball with his hands, man. So many body catches, just lets it come right into his chest. Problem is, once in a while, it's going to bounce off. You're gonna fumble that way. You're gonna give up bounce off you and give up an interception. So again, I don't think he's a natural pass catcher the way like a John or a Gibbs or an Evan Hull are natural pass catchers, but his athleticism is such that I don't think it matters. I think an OC is gonna just look to use that attribute of his. And this is what I'm talking about, him being great in the hole. I mean, yes, he's got a hole. Boom. Doesn't have to be long gains. Sometimes it's just positive plays, successful plays. Although I would have liked to see him get the first down on 3rd and 2. What happens here? The penetration in the backfield. Really had to. Yeah, I mean, A&M just got beat up there by Miami. Not afraid to drop his shoulders. Yeah, he ain't going to run through anyone, but, can take contact. He's not that guy that goes down easy despite not being a big back, right? Like, powerful for his size, I think, for sure. And you see that in the contact. But look at that. We talk about traits. But, yeah, this isn't a huge play, but trip, fall, boom. Extends it for another 5 yards, where a guy like a little bit less coordination, a little bit less contact balance, was down. That was a bummer. So again, this is from the Dynasty Nerds film room. If you like the film, there's dozens of other films on Achane and the other running backs in this class. I'll drop my affiliate link in the YouTube comment section. If you like this content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need our support, and have a good night.